Welcome back to the shop. Today I'm working on the Ford GT350. Got a couple little things that he wanted addressed. One was a misfire, which took a minute to figure out. It was after firing out the tailpipe, and it was actually pinging under a heavy load. I changed the plugs, I changed the wires, I changed the timing, and then I changed the distributor, and that solved our problem. So the distributor wasn't controlling the spark in the manner it needed to. I tried different springs to change the mechanical advance, and I couldn't get anything to happen. So ultimately we put a different distributor in it, and now I've got it running. It sounds strong, it runs good, it doesn't ping under load, and it doesn't after fire out the tailpipe when you load it up as well. So good things on both sides right there. We've got that solved. I also fixed a small item in the driver's door with the window regulator. I got to put that regulator back together. And then he was complaining about a noise from the rear axle, and so I figured I'd pull it into the shop, pull the axles out, pull the third member out, and get it on the bench so we can get some parts ordered on Monday. Our 9/16 nut. They get hot because they're lock nuts. Hot nuts. Alright, so we're keeping things moving here in the shop. I got the engine out of Paul's Cougar yesterday. That was not easy. That video will probably be up before this one. So if you want to check that video out, I'm sure Austin can stick a link to the Cougar engine out video right above my head. Anyway, trying to make some headway on some stuff. I'm trying to clean some stuff in the back lot. Get some stuff out of here, clear up some space for trailers. Got an old boat I need to yank the engine and drive out of, so I'm trying to get that done this season. Not for any real reason other than to free up the spot it's occupying so I can put my rollback there. And free up more space here at the shop so when customers come with their trailers and we're doing their alignments and such. So, trying to make a lot a little more customer friendly. Let me get this thing apart. And we'll figure out what's making our noise. I believe it's got a side bearing noise. At least that's what I'm hearing. It stays consistent. It doesn't change when I'm loading, but it changes with speed. The faster you go, the more pronounced it becomes, which makes me think that it is a side bearing on the differential. We don't know how long this differential sat before it was put into this car. We don't know if it's the original to this car. It's probably not. I haven't done anything to this axle prior to what we're doing here. So I've got my axle shafts pulled. I can go ahead, drop my U-bolts off of my U-joint. Then we will pull the center section and the pinion apart. Oh, dang it. I always do that for some reason. Like I lost my needles though. Get lucky. Didn't vomit my needles everywhere. Put that back on there so I can drop it again. And I go, oh, we're going to leave that in there. She's a leaker. Leave that in there. 9/16 as well. We don't have a drain plug, but we will get a drain under it. And it's raining again. I think it's rained every day this month here. It's kind of ridiculous. Those all came out without issue. That's good. Don't have any stripped or broken things to fix in that batch of bolts. Did I miss a bolt? I don't think so. Really in there. Well, if you're wearing earphones watching this, be careful, because whenever I wear these, it's about to get loud. You have been warned. Wow. I've never had one do that. What a miserable day. It's a great day if you're a duck. Oh, these are bifocals. Those are horrible. I'm missing something. Oh, good golly. Got it. I'm glad I didn't try and separate that on the bench. I would have had that thing on my foot a number of times. Let's see if we can get the diff out. It's always the dumb little things that you don't realize are going to take up your time and do your time. So right now I'm fighting with copper washers that they use between the nuts and the studs to help prevent seepage of gear oil through the studs. But these things compress so bad they bind into the threads and they become a real pain to get off. And you're not going to reuse them because they've already been crushed. You gotta get them off to get the thing off the car. This one's in two pieces. Part of it's stuck in the threads. But whatever. I guess I'll just pry it and see if I can get those to release. I actually have a better sealing washer design. It's got a probably be what I'm switched to on this. Man, come on, man. That was about to get real heavy. Oh. It has landed. Alright, give me a couple minutes. I'm going to clear off my workbench. because it's a disaster, and it's always a disaster. But it's a bigger disaster today because I'm working on the hydraulic cylinders on my rollback. Oh, and the transmission on my wrecker went out, so I'm just having all sorts of problems. But just don't quit, just keep going. You gotta keep fixing it. Oh, so I can do this without getting it all over me. Oh, I would say that's our problem. We are going to take this one loose first. All the retainers, the locks. Yeah, let's not worry about it. Let's zip it apart. I need to bore a hole in this table so I can set these down and they'll just sit right in it. I like that idea. I'll do that next week. Wow. Preload was a little bit light. That's okay. We'll fix it. We'll make it better. Wrong socket. Got a spacer on the gear there. There's our culprit. You can see right on the inside of the race that it's all chewed up. So get us some new bearings. Ooh, there's a bearing completely missing right there. That's awesome. Don't hurt yourself, Rich. Do that. Yeah, pinion bearings are starting to go for metal contamination. There's a chunk of metal. So this chunk of metal came out of it, which probably used to be one of these guys. So yes sir, you definitely had a noise in that rear axle. Glad we took it apart now instead of later.